Good evening. Hello, I am Muktinath Gahire. Welcome to this channel. And today we are going to discuss about the data collection and the measurements in research. So, at first, again, you are welcome to this channel. And I am professional trainer, motivational speaker, as well as researcher. Today we are going to discuss about the data collection and measurements in research. So what is the data collection? Why research is conducted? And what is the purpose of the research or data collection that we are going to discuss in short? So in introduction, we are discussing that why is the research? Where is the gap that we discussed today? And because it is necessary for the research, we need to find the gap. There are different researches previously done, and with that also there may be the gap. So where is the gap that we need to find? That is the duty of that is the task of the researcher. Therefore, it is the purpose of the research. Okay. So research is done at first from the problem. What is the problem raised? And from the further problem, what we do, we find the uh, research questions, especially research questions to collect the data. And then what is the objective, what we are going to find, what we are going to do. Then we use the methodology and we do the general data analysis, and finally we go to the result. That is the process of the research. And there are some of the facts. So uh, how we go to the finding, how we go to the result, what are the facts, why does this happen? So that is, there are the descriptive as well as analytical different researches, descriptive or analytical research. So the area of study is that we need to try to explain our study of area with the map. Before we conduct the research, we need to find the way how we go. During the going during on the way, some of the techniques, some of the especially the concepts may be modified, but at first we need to make the map. My map, our own map must be there. So what we are going to choose and why we are going to choose, that should be clear at first. And the explain, we need to explain according to the socio-economic demography and different features. And if this is done already, if it is already existed, we need to find the similar previous research in this area. So we need to explain why this research is so important to the study. So the study and the limitation and delimitation is also there. For example, we can see the Royal Chitwan National Park. So within the Nepal, what we need to focus, we need to focus on the park only. So our focus must be there. The area must be focused. We should not go out of the area. Yeah, limitation and delimitation. And we need to know the population, accessible population, sample, subject, research participants, everything in research while doing research. And then we need to find the accessible population of the different municipalities. For example, there is the how many respondents are there. There is the formula that according to the base of the formula we need to calculate. And then sampling frame as well as target population, that we must be in sampling frame. What is the upper portion of a portion of the target population? This is the reference of researchers as well as they decide on the choose the proper sample. But in the target, the individuals, the groups or individual or item, what we can apply with their study results generally is known as the target population, where we are going to target, where we are going to aiming. So there are different methodology of data collection. Data are the different two type of data. One is the primary and another one is secondary. Within the primary, there is the survey or questionnaire, there is the interview, there is the observation and experiment. In the secondary, the previously done literature, previously gathered or collected databases of the government, and the commercial database as well as web scraping. These are the secondary data. So there are techniques or methods of the research. The primary method, within the primary method there is questionnaire, interview, and then the depth technique, then the projective we can say technique, and the focus group interviews. So the published sources of the collecting secondary data are also there. For example, government publications. These are the things that we have shown here in the on the screen. You can see from the screen the different sources are there for the secondary data: reports, government, semi-government publications, journals, papers, publications, trade associations, publication also, then the research institution, international publications, and then publications of the research by scholars or the private publications. These are the things. So the framework is that idea. We need to have the object at first. What is our object? Then we need to find the literature review of the literature. Then primary or secondary data used must be there. Then field observation or questionnaire, then data analysis, and we need to we can easily go to the final result, identification of the result. So survey types are there, so many survey types are there that are shown in the screen. On the screen you can see paper survey, mail survey, email survey, web survey, SMS survey. So many surveys are there. Okay. Then the personal interview are also there. So many things are there. Then the respond, we need to find the respondents. Who are the respondents? The related persons, they are the respondents, and we need to define them at first before doing the study, before doing the research. And the different definitions are applied to the qualitative and quantitative studies as well for the respondents. So respondents, people who verbally answer the interviews. One is the respondent, and sample survey. In sample survey, that is what the emphasize the contacting the respondents who are on the representative of the sample of the target population. That is, and survey model. In the survey model, population we need to know, survey area we need to know, respondents we need to know, why they are taken. All those things are there. Means without any scientific reason we cannot go any of the outside. We need to have the we need to have the definite or defined, or we can say limited framework. And then in the survey model there are literature, yeah, pilot survey, drafting procedure, pre-test, validation of questions, back-to-back translation. So many things we need to conduct in data analysis for the survey model. Data analysis section, descriptive analysis, correlation analysis, regression analysis. Okay, regression and modeling. So my hypothesis testing. These are the things. And then the focus group discussion. You can see the points here we have shown. Okay, then the focus group discussion, how to conduct the focus group, inform the participants, gathering, meeting, which is the moderator or recording process, translation, scripting, so many things, and the key informants. Key informants, who are the informants? KISS, okay, KIIS. Then the or in-depth interview. Why KII? Key information interview. What is the evidence? What are the evidences? Who are the respondents of KII? Why do we need to choose? These are the things that we need to conduct. And then in KII, analysis, sources, process, script, or coding or decoding the method, using the process. These are the things during the use of the data. So what is the descriptive statistic? Is that it is the summary statistic or average or depression, what we say. The quantitatively describes the or summarizes the features on collection of the information, while descriptive statistics is the process of using and analyzing these statistics. There are four major types of the descriptive analysis. They are given here: a frequency, central tendency, a dispersion or variation, then the features of position, like percentile ranks. These are the things. Then how to write descriptive analysis? Of course, quantitative techniques are used for the data gathering and the analysis. In the IBM or SPSS or Microsoft Excel, different tools or different softwares were selected to analyze the data. There are so many softwares or apps to analyze the data, especially SPSS is widely used. Um, and then we can write the descriptive analysis later on, after finding the data, after finding the result, or after getting the data processed. Then the target population and accessible population is there. The study population is a subset of the target population from which the sample is actually selected. It is especially broader than the concept sample frame. It may be appropriate to say that the sample frame is an operationalized form of the study of population. Then sampling frame versus target population. Sampling frame is the portion of the target population. It is a reference of researchers as they decide on the choose to the proper sample. But in the target population, the group of individuals or items that the researchers want to apply their study results generally is known as the target population. And then sampling frame, the sampling frame is that it is the source materials or device from which the sample is drawn. It is a list of all those within a population who can be sampled, or includes individuals, household, institutions, etc. The example of sampling frame is that the student list in the high school, loyalty program participants in a hotel, or list of high schools in the UK, for example. That so total accessible population is the that is given according to the formula that we need to do the response and the questionnaire. This is the sample of the questionnaire. Especially the questionnaires are, they are in the Likert scale. They are made in the Likert scale, and different models of Likert scale are there. For example, for one maybe the very dissatisfied, for five maybe the very satisfied. In the same way, strongly agree, strongly disagree, or the strongly from 1 to 6. Especially Likert scale is used from 1 to 5. Okay, then the strongly positive or strongly negative, or strongly agree or strongly disagree. This is the 7-step model is also there in the 5-point scale, 4-point scale, and the 6-point scale, 7-point scale. Different scales are there in the Likert scale. So pre-construction phase is the at first literature survey or the related topic. Identify the all the response, identify all area, the study area of study that we have discussed earlier. Identify the objects of the study, that also we have discussed earlier. So we need to follow the different steps according to our research. So construction phase is that collect the information from the pilot surveys or develop a questionnaire or model that we need to do. Uh, and different demographic section related to objectives in open-ended questions. There are different part of the literature. So in this way, part of the research. In this way, we can conduct the our research. So this is very short and brief steps about the especially about the data collection and the measurements, uh, skill or theory. uh, I think this slide I have yet, though I have um, briefed in short, but the slide which is given here, that works well, because I try to make it short. Therefore, I couldn't I didn't describe in detail. In the coming part later on, we will describe. We can describe the different parts in short and short and short. So this is the whole of the brief, brief, whole in the brief. So please provide me feedback. What is your experience with this video? Thank you so much. Good night. And this is under the Kathmandu University Master's Degree program that we are doing the research. And this is one of the part of the KU's Masters in Training and Development Studies. Thank you. Thank you so much.